Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whichever part of the world you're from. This is Kavita Ramchand from Life Success Coaching in Mauritius. So I'm going to continue reading the book. I'm reading the book You Were Born Rich to You in English and in Creole, the local language here. So we are on chapter 8, which is The Razor's Edge, and it's a very interesting chapter. In fact, I would say listen to these audios a few times so you can really grasp it because it took me a while to understand it in the beginning, but once I got it, I got it. So here it says, the author says, when you really think about it, you will soon understand this. There isn't any competition at all because there are so few people in the race that even the losers are winners. Okay, so let me tell you what the race is about. The race is basically you versus yourself. That's number one. And number two, it is you versus your reality, not your reality versus you. See, this is where most people make the mistake of letting the outside world dictate how they should think, how they should feel, dictate their whole attitude. Okay? That's not the way life works. That is life in reverse. We want to think of what we want, and life is going to just replicate whatever we are thinking about. So if I'm thinking that I can win this competition or I'm winning this competition, I'm going to win. If I'm thinking no, this one is there, that one is there, like I give power to outside circumstances, then I'm always going to be stuck, right? So our attitude makes a very big difference in our results. So now you want to, and he says here that there are very few people who are actually thinking like that because most people are letting their results dictate how they should think, feel, and act in the world. And I'm not going to blame anybody for it because I had fallen there once also, and I know what that feels like. But this is why we mentors are here or coaches are here because we can help somebody reverse all that in a matter of months, you know. So you want to think that he says here you do not need to do a tremendous amount of studying to gain the understanding you require because again the difference between knowledge and ignorance may be as fine as the razor's edge. So let's get down to specifics again. As I have explained to audiences on numerous occasions, I do a great deal of studying by listening to educational tapes while I'm driving my car. I like to suggest that you turn off your radio and your tape recorder on when you get into your car, as it would make as big a difference for you as it has for me. You should be aware that those people who drive 25,000 miles per year spend 13, 40-hour weeks sitting behind the wheel of their car. Therefore, they are in an excellent position to have a wealth of invaluable information deposited in their subconscious minds while they are otherwise engaged in the routine activity of driving. You know, driving is one of the best times you can actually study. You know why? Because when you're playing something, you are very alert when you're driving. You're not daydreaming, right? So your subconscious mind is the one that is kind of driving for you because it's like gone on autopilot. So your subconscious mind is wide awake at that time. And if you are playing something, that will go, your subconscious mind will just take it. Okay? It will take it and it will, now let's see ahead. So, therefore, they are in an excellent position to have a wealth of invaluable information deposited in their subconscious minds while they are otherwise engaged in the routine activity of driving. See, the mind is just absorbing everything that it is hearing, right? What do most people hear while they're driving? The news, The news is everywhere. And if it's good news, good. If it's negative news, oh my God, we are absorbing that. So you want to just say that I'm going to listen to my audios or my tapes or my lessons, whatever resonates with you when it comes to knowledge that can help you reprogram your subconscious mind or remove the ignorance that you have been programmed with, that we are exposed to every day of our life, right? So he said here, remember, it is virtually impossible to keep exposing your mind to great ideas without having those ideas expressed in your physical world. Moreover, it is probably only one idea you need to make the difference in your life. Now, imagine if somebody's listening to their audios every single day. You're getting that those ideas, you're like getting soaked with ideas that are going to change your life, right? Consider this illustration. By merely moving an index finger a fraction of an inch, a person can transform a cold piece of metal into a deadly weapon. Or by simply shouting the word fire, a person can turn a room full of happy people into a screaming, panic stricken mob. Obviously, these are both very negative examples. Nevertheless, they do graphically illustrate the important truth that the razor's edge can cut both ways. In other words, since the law of opposites is at work in every aspect of life, it follows that if you are not consciously striving to move across that fine line to improve the quality of your life, you could be inadvertently moving in such a way that your particular position in life is actually starting to backslide. Okay, I'll continue next time, but I want you to pay attention to what I just said. See, one thing we need to understand as human beings, we are growth seeking mechanisms. We are always wanting more. There's no two ways about that. From the time we are born, we want more. And it's good to want more. You know, all these ideas that have been programmed in our mind that you should not want more, be happy and contented with what you have, and all, they were put into us by our parents at one time because that's how life used to be then. But it's not the same today. We've been blessed with everything in our life today. I mean, I don't know. I'm blessed. I grew up in a environment with parents who gave me everything, right? But they also gave me the education at school, which actually I would say literally murdered my dreams. But they gave, I wouldn't say I don't deny education. I got also a very good education. In fact, today I feel everything that came had its place. So I studied physics at school, at high school, and that is helping me so much with this information today because the information that we are studying, it has evolved to be the knowledge that is being shared known as quantum physics. So if I had not had that background of physics, it would have been more difficult for me to understand this because it's a science. It's really a science. Okay. Boils it boils down to a science, let's put it that way. So you want to start to think and be happy with the fact that life is about growth and you need to grow as well, not up to a certain point, but throughout life. If you're not growing, I mean, we are not meant to go through life. We are meant to grow through life because that's where most people are going. They're going through life. Some people are trying to make it safely until they die. That's not living. That's not living. You're here to enjoy every single day of your life. Make the most of it. Squeeze the juice out of it because we're all going to die anyways. That's the most permanent thing. We know that. Are we living? Are we enjoying our lives? Right? Have you ever stopped to check the quality of your life? Are you happy with it? Do you want better? Do you want more? Because you can have it. And it starts from your mind. People are always focused. I was there also, I'm not saying no, trying to change the outside reality. We try to change our results. Let's say okay, I've done it. I was overweight and I wanted to change and become slim. So what did I do? I kept on going on diets, going on whatever people were telling me, eat this way. I mean, there was a diet that really helped me, no doubt. I lost like um, 30 kilos, I think, that time, and it was after my two children. But then again, I did not understand the science. How did I do it? I could not repeat. I mean, I couldn't repeat it because I did not know how I had done it. If somebody would ask me, I'd say, yeah, I had that, I did that diet. It was not the diet. The diet, yes, of course, was part of the process, but the main reason I was able to achieve that was because I wanted to look like that for my brother's wedding. But after my brother passed away, I said, you know, forget everything. Eat, drink, and be merry until my health started deteriorating again. And now that I understand this knowledge, that's what I'm helping people with, to understand how their mind is creating their reality. And there's a process to it, it's not a difficult process. And if everybody wants, they can change their results just by understanding how their mind works and using it in their favor and not against them. Because if we are not growing by default, you're going in the reverse direction. And that's what happened to me. I went rock bottom. And then suddenly I woke up and said, what's the problem? And I started to work with mentors and, got myself out of that situation with a quantum leap. And that's all I want to do today, is help other people achieve the same thing, because that's how we are meant to live life. It's an amazing life. It's as good as you think it to be. It's as bad as you only think it to be. So why not think it's good and make it good? So thank you very much for being here, and I will see you next on Thursday. Bye bye.